This is quite a story, a mother's worst nightmare when she finds out the 12-year-old foster child she just adopted is not 12. He's 21 years old, and he's a terrorist. The man named Jamal, a presumed orphan from Afghanistan, that's what they thought, first raised eyebrows when his British foster family noticed he seemed really good at shooting a rifle. The parents later found out that he had Taliban material on his telephone. Jamal's arrest now sparking fears that more terrorists could be posing as children in order to travel freely from refugee camps. Is this the consequence of an open border policy? Here to weigh in, the man who killed Osama bin Laden, former Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Well, this is kind of a scary story. They started to suspect he wasn't 12 when they went swimming. He took off his shirt, and the mom's thinking, that kid of mine is really hairy.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an odd story, too, just because I'm not sure. I mean, the family seems like they're so do-gooder-ish that they'll just take anybody in. The first thing I would have noticed is the big mustache that the kid had. And then also, they said that he was doing certain things like he could field strip a rifle before firing it, and he could shimmy up ropes really well. And my question to this family is, what kind of activities are you doing with your kids? And it really takes the 13-year-old boy that you put him in a room with to notice, man, this guy's really, really hairy.
Sure.
And then he's getting phone calls from different places with unknown numbers. Obviously, it's from bad parts of the world. And then he's got Taliban material and child abuse stuff on his phone.
Right.
So it's like, the crow's feet's usually a dead giveaway. The kid's not 12, and also all you need to do is test their teeth. And
that's what the dentist did, and he said he's probably a decade older. Eventually,
a decade older than he's saying, yeah.
Right. Eventually, they figured out he was not who he said he was, and the last thing he said to his adopted mother was, "I'm going to kill you, and I know where your children are." Of course,
right, and she's afraid of that too because he even knows their routine, what they do every day. There's not a lot of different places they go. They drive the kids to wherever the school bus, and this dude knows where they are, and it's very, very dangerous. And letting a lot of these people in like this, just trusting them that they're going to tell you the truth, it's not going to work a lot of times.
And Hillary Clinton wants to make it very clear she would like as many of these Syrian refugees in. We've got some sound on tape. Here's Huma Abedin, who's her right-hand person, on hidden Project Veritas video saying, we'll let them all in. Listen to this.
You have to promise me, like, if Hillary is elected president, she's going to do everything she can to let these Syrians in because the Republicans are doing everything they can to ban them.
Oh, and by the way, it's not just Republicans. There are some Democrats who are scared too. We need to have leadership on this. It is not, we cannot turn these people away.
Not turning people away. Is that good?
And no, it's not good. And this is just something, even Hillary mentioned in her WikiLeaks emails that she knows that we can't vet them properly, but they still want to keep bringing them in. And you notice that Huma said there, too, she made it that, well, the Republicans do this. It's like, are you really going to make this a partisan issue of how we can get more of our people in office and get more registered voters for our party as opposed to worrying about these jihadis that come in here and just, get all hairy in our swimming pools or whatever they're doing and then blowing stuff up?
I know. One other thing we real quickly wanted to talk to you about, it sounds like we're getting really close to Mosul and driving ISIS out. Is that how you see it?
Mosul's going to be interesting because right now they're taking smaller towns outside of Mosul and they're kind of shelling the city, which is actually going to be dangerous for the locals. But the interesting dynamics going on here is you've got the mostly Shia Iraqi-led army from the south, the Kurds coming in from the east, and now we've got Turkey up north, who they seem to be wanting to be getting more involved. They're up on an army base right now, training mainly Sunni Arabs and Kurds, and then they're assisting with they're backing them up with tanks and artillery, even though the Iraqi prime minister is saying they're not. So Mosul's probably going to get pretty bloody because ISIS has been gearing up for that for about 2 years. So you've got a lot of bad stuff in there. Improvised explosive devices in houses and cars and suicide bombers, and it's probably pretty bloody.
It looks like it. Let's see what happens. Rob O'Neill joined us from Chicago. Thank you very much.